Good afternoon, class. So at this point we have answered, this is the November first paper, correct? Up until this point we have answered question 1, up until and including question 4.1.6. Okay, I must start at 4.7 now, correct? Right. So, what we have to do first here is there's many things I can do. Okay? I can take out the LCM here. I'm going to do it 2 ways here. We take out the LCM first, which is 1 over x squared. I'm then left with 3x squared minus 12. Can you see that? Because if I multiply this back in, that's going to give you 1 over x squared times 3x squared over 1, which is 3x squared over x squared, which is 3. Can you see that? 1 over x squared times negative 12 over 1 is going to be negative 12 over x squared, and that's what we have in region. Okay? So what do you notice inside the bracket here? We have a common factor of 3. So it's 3 over x squared into x squared minus 4. What type of factorization then? Dots. So it's going to be x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay? Or, I could have found an LCM first. If you got 3, 12 over x squared, that's naturally over 1, so your LCM is x squared. So that must be multiplied by x squared, so 3 times x squared is 3x squared, minus, going to multiply, the denominator is already sorted, so it's times by 1. So what do you notice? What is common here? 3. I'm left with x squared minus 4 over x squared. What do you now notice? Dots. So x plus 2, x minus 2 over x squared. Any confusion here? No? Let's look at the next question. Wait, okay. Okay. The next one, as you can see, I'm running out of space here. Move this up. The next one, what can be done here? Negative as a common factor in the last 2 terms. So it's 3b into 2a plus b minus, but take negative out as a common factor, what am I left with? 2a plus b. You see, if I multiply this in, I'm going to get negative 2a minus b. Why do I also take out the negative as a common factor? I see that this here has some relationship there. Now you can see it clearly now, not so? So what is common? 2a plus b. What am I left with? 3b minus. Whenever you take out that term, I'm left 3b. The whole term I'm left with minus 1. Question 4.2. We have to simplify the fractions. So what can happen here? We put each one over its own. Not so? So that's going to give us 3x squared over 3x minus 6x over 3x. Now what? 3 cancels 3. X cancels one of those. Leaves you with x minus 3 going to 3 once, 3 going to 6 twice. The x is cancelled. x minus 2. That's one way of doing it. Otherwise, I could have taken out the common factor of 3x. I'm then left with x minus 2 over 3x. Where the 3x is cancelled, so x minus 2. Which is the same answer that we had. Answer? The next one? So what needs to be done here? Factorize 3, yes, in the first. Common factor, trinomial, change to multiplication, tumble and times. Not so many things happening at once. Okay? So 3 is the common factor. What are we left with? M minus P over trinomial. So it's 1 and 1, 1 and 2. Do we add or subtract our factors? Your products, you add them because that is being plus. Okay? 1 and 1, 1 and 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. You add it, you get 3. That's what I want. Not so? So it's a 1 and a 1, a 1 and a 2. And A, as you can see, there's an A squared. What about our signs? Both is plus. Change that to multiplication, and that will become A plus 2 over M minus P. That's all. So what do I do now? Cancel. A plus 2, A plus 2. A minus P, A minus P. So what are we left with? 3 over? Okay, you understand? Next question. So what needs to be done first here? What needs to be done first? LCM. LCM. So what's my LCM here? 6x, yes. Okay? So 3x times what is 6x? Times 2. So it's times multiply the numerator also by 2. So it's 2 into 2x minus 1. What must 2x be multiplied by? 3. That must also be multiplied by 3. So negative, it's coming from that negative. 3 into x minus 1. This must be multiplied by? Huh? 3x. That's also by 3x. So it's 1 times 3x. Or 3x times 1. You all agree with that? So what do I do now? Get rid of the brackets, multiply in. So what do I get? 4x minus 2. Minus 3x plus 3. How do you get 4? 3 times 1 is 3. Negative 1 times 3x? Negative 3x. And this is all over 6x. So what do I do now? Like terms. So negative 4x minus 3x like terms. Negative 2x and negative 2 and 3. So what is 4x minus 3x minus 3x? Minus 2x. What is negative 2 plus 3? Plus 1 over. You all agree with that? Any confusion? Question 5.1.1. What are we going to do first here? Get rid of the brackets. How? Multiply it out. Not so? This one, multiplying the positive, not going to make any difference there. So that's going to give you 2x minus 4 plus X minus 2 is equal to 5. There was nothing binding that back correctly. Answer? So what do I do now? X is one side, now it's the other side. So it's 2x plus x equals 5 plus 4 plus 2. What's 5 plus 4 plus 2? 11. 2x plus x? Divide by 3 both sides. Therefore, x is equal to 11 over 3. Any confusion here? So what's your LCM here? 8. You all agree with us? At this point, we're going to drop our equation. Why? Our LCM. Because we're busy with that equation. Okay? You all okay with that? The previous sum, I didn't drop the LCM. If you look here, I kept the LCM. Why? Because we were busy with that expression and not an equation. You see the difference? In an equation, I'll drop the LCM. In the expression, I won't. Okay? I'm going to take this off here. So you say the LCM is 8. So what must this be multiplied by? 2. So it's 2 into x plus 3. 8 times what is 8? 1 into x plus 2. 2 must be multiplied by what? 4 into x. That's naturally over 1. So that must be multiplied by 8. You all agree with that? Now what? Multiply, get rid of the brackets. So 2 times x plus minus equals minus 8. Okay? Now what? X is now on one side, now on the other side. So it's going to be 2x minus x minus 4x. Do you agree with that? Equals negative 8 plus 2 minus 6. Remember, when you take a number over the equal sign, negative becomes positive or positive becomes a negative. Okay. So 2x minus x is x minus 4 is negative 3x. Negative 8 plus 2, negative 6 minus 6, divided by negative 3 both sides. So x equal to? Any confusion? No. Okay. So again. Another algebraic fraction. So what are you going to do here? LCM, not so. So what's your LCM here? So this must be multiplied by 3. So 3 times this 3 is 9. That must be multiplied by 4. So it's 4 into x. That's over 1. So that must be multiplied by 12. So it's 12 times 2. That must be multiplied by 2. So it's 2 into 2x minus. It's exactly the same sums coming in the exam. Not the same numbers, but the same ideas being tested. Okay? So what do I do here? Yes? What do I do here? Put your mask on. Why is your mask on? Multiply, get rid of the brackets. So 9 times x, 9 times 6, minus 4x equals 24 minus 4x plus 6. Now what do we do? Add like terms, okay? So 9x minus 4x, 5x plus 54 equals minus 4x plus 30. Now what? X axis? Axis? X's, huh? Serial, not killer, what? The axis. Okay. So you got 5x plus 4x equals 30 minus 54. So what's 5x plus 4x? 9x equals? Divide by 9 both sides. So x is negative. 3 goes into here 8. 3 goes into here thrice. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. I'm feeling better about myself, you see? I get the sum right, I just want to celebrate. Okay. Can I move on? Yes, okay. 5.2.1. There are 13 single desks in a classroom and a certain number of double disks. So let's make the double disk. X. Okay. The classroom has seating for 31 pupils. How many double desks are there in the room? So if I set up an equation, okay? So, how many, if they're seating for 31 pupils, there's 31 in total. There are 13 single desks. So those 13 desks accommodates for 13 people. Lots of plus x times how many people does a double disk accommodate for? 2. So x times 2 for 2x. You see that, people? So 2 times x is 2x equals 31 minus 13. What's 31 minus 13? Sorry? 14. 18. Divided by 2. So x is 9. So there are 9 double disks in that classroom. You guys understand? 9 times 2 is 18. 18 plus 13 is 31. Okay. What's wrong? Yes, what are you confused about? You see, what does this represent? 31 represents the number of pupils. So I must set up an equation to get me to the number of pupils that can be seated in this classroom. You understand? So for every one desk, it seats 2 people. For 5 desks, it seats 10 people, and so on and so on. But we don't know how many double disks there are. That's why we let double D be x. Can you see here? The double disk be x. So whatever number of double disks there are multiplied by 2 to get the number of people that can be accommodated by the double disk. Understand me? And that is where the 2 comes from. 2 times the number of double disks there are. Okay. The next question. Each base of an isosceles triangle is 30 degrees. So an isosceles triangle, well, what's the properties of an isosceles triangle? 2 sides are equal, which results in the base angles being equal. So it's 30 and 30. Each base angle of an isosceles triangle is 30 less than the vertical angle. Just make the vertical angle x. So then the base angle is going to be x minus 30. Why? Because we are told it's 30 less than Can you see that, people? Calculate the size of the three angles of the triangle. So how do we calculate the three angles? So x plus x minus 30 plus x minus 30 is equal to 180. Reason? Sum of triangles. Answer? X plus x plus x is going to give you 3x. Minus 30 minus 30 is minus 60. What do I do now? We take that 60 degrees over. 3x is equal to 180 plus 60, which is 240. Divided by 3. So x is equal to 80 degrees. Did I ever answer the question? So the one angle is 80, and the other base angles is going to be 80 minus 30, which is 50 degrees. There's two 50-degree angles and one 80. The next one. Okay. And then I'm going to take this again off. Question 5.2.3. The perimeter of the diagram is 48 centimeters. The perimeter of this diagram is 48 centimeters. Calculate the area. Right. So the perimeter, which means to say we'll start here. It's going to be 3x. This is right. 3x plus 7 plus x plus 1. What's that length thing? 3x, because that length and that length is equal. Plus 3x plus this semicircle. How do you calculate semicircle? 2 pi r. It's half a circle, so it's 2 pi r times r. What's your radius of the circle? Remember? That length there, you see that is going to be 3x here. Can you see that? So what are we left with? 7. Make sense, people? So the length of this semicircle is 7. So what's the radius? 3.5. Plus this length here, which is the same length, the combination of 3x and x plus 1. Can you see that, people? The 3x plus x plus 1 is going to be 4x plus 1. Okay. And this all adds up to 48. So let's work this out. There's 3x, 4x, 4x, 10x, 14x. Okay? So I get 7, 8, 9. It's plus 9. The halves cancel. So it's 7 over 2 pi. It's equal to 48. Okay? The idea is to solve for x. So I'm going to say 48 minus 9 minus 7 over 2 pi, which is equal to 14x. You all okay with that? This simplifies into 30. What's 48 minus 9? 39. That's right. How do I get x on his own? divided by 14 both sides. So x 39 minus 7 over 2 pi over 14 gives us an x value of very close to 2. Who got this one right? Tell you this, the sum is coming in exam for 7 marks. Imagine. How much are you going to get now? 7, I need to show you now to do half of it. But what is the question, people? What is the vraag? What's the question? The area, to calculate the area. So the area is going to be, let's cut this up. It's going to be a rectangle. But this now, x is 2, so what's the length of this rectangle? 3. Can you see that? If x is 2, so it's 6. 6 plus 7 is 13. So it's a 13 by 3 triangle plus. This triangle here, area of that triangle, a rectangle, sorry. The length here, if this is 13, and this here is 3 times 2, which is 6. What's the, oh yeah, but we know that is 7. So it's 7. And the length from there to there is what? 6. Plus your semicircle, the area of the semicircle. You will agree with that? So how do you calculate the area of a rectangle? Length times breadth. So it's going to be 13 times 3 plus 7 times 6 plus. How do you calculate the area of a circle? Pi squared. So it's pi times 7 over 2 squared times a half, because that's a semicircle. So let's put that in the calculator. It's going to be 13 times 3 plus 7 times 6 plus pi times 7 over 2 squared What is wrong? Nothing. Good. I get 100,24. Somebody saying I'm wrong. Okay, let me check. I might be wrong. Yes? Why are you running so? What's wrong with you? What? But now you're disrupting us to charge your phone. You think that's fair? Sometimes I think the reason why you're only coming to class is to charge your phones. 100,24 is correct. Then I'll start charging you for the phones. How much I normally charge to charge a phone? 5 rand overnight? No, I'll start charging 10 rand. Huh? Now, whose fault is that if your phone don't charge 100%?
The electricity, sir.
No. Escom put the lights off in there. Alright, you guys understand? Right. People question 6. Right, we're going to stop here today. Okay? People question 6. It's a very, very important question for the upcoming exam. There's a lot of graphs in this paper. It's quite quite a bit of more. So I'm going to give you a scope soon. Sorry? Tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow is a good day. You need to get 100 marks on graphs. Yeah, this is right. People, so graphs a lot of marks. So I'm going to give you a chance, as I know most of you. Are we having problems with this? So I'll give you a chance now to work on it some more. So when you answer these questions tomorrow, you'll have a better understanding. Okay. So I don't want you guys to make a noise now, so you can work on this now. Okay. Okay, so since most of you are saying let's finish it rather, we are rather going to finish it, okay? So we are told that on the same set of axes, draw the graphs of clearly showing the intercepts of the axis and the names of the graphs A or B. Okay. So let's look at the first graph, 6.1.1. How do we draw a graph? What do we need? We need the x-intercept and the y-intercept. That's all. So how do I work out my x-intercept? X-intercept, we let y equal to 0. So we have 0 equals 2x minus 3. So they get over the equal sign. So 3 is equal to 2x divided by 2. So x is 3 over 2. 3 over 2 is also 1.5. Not so? So if x is 1, 2 there, then 1.5 is approximately here. Will you agree with that? So what do we work thereafter out? The y-intercept. What do you do for your y-intercept? Let x equal to 0. So y is equal to 0 times 2 minus 3, which is minus 3. Right, you see that, people? So, with your ruler line. And we name this A. Any confusion there? People know how to do these things, no? People, for B, what do we say? X-intercept. Let y equal to 0. So there's a y. So we're going to say negative 3x equals 6 times 0 plus 6. That's all. What's 6 times 0? 0. So you've got negative 3x is equal to 6 divided by negative 3 both sides. So x is equal to negative 2. So with your ruler you are measuring. Negative 2 is approximately there. Okay. What do we do thereafter? Y-intercept. Okay. Y-intercept. Let x equal to 0. So negative 3 times 0 equals 6y plus 6. So what do we do now? Negative 3 times 0 is 0. Take it 6 over. Negative 6y is equal to 6 divided by negative 6 both sides. So y is negative 1. So which is there. Again, we take our ruler. We roll that line. This is the equation. Right, any confusion here, people? I could have said f of x, name this graph f and graph g. Then you would have put instead of an a, an f there, and a g there. You guys understand? They could have said, what is f of x equals 2x minus 3? That would have given you f graph. You guys understand? Now this graph, 6.1.2, is not in standard form. Who remember what standard form of a straight line graph is? Y equals mx plus c. What's the gradient of this graph? 2. Not so? Can we read the gradient of this graph over here at this point? No. Why? Because that's not in the standard form. How do we get it in the standard form? If we are required to get a gradient of that graph, we're going to take 6x over, negative 3 over. So minus 6x is equal to 3x plus 6. Divide by negative 6. So y is equal to 3 divided by negative 6, negative half x minus 1. So what's your gradient here? Negative half x. This is why the graph of b is decreasing as a negative gradient. Makes sense? What is your y-intercept here? Minus 3. What's your y-intercept here? Minus 1. You see that, people? So the number in front of x is your gradient, and your constant is your y-intercept. If they wanted to name this g, this here would have been g of x equals negative a half x minus 1. You see that, people? What do we tell you, okay? What is g of 2? What does that mean? That means wherever I see an x, I put a 2. So it's negative a half times 2 minus 1. It's negative 1 minus 1. No? We did all of this, you remember? When we did graphs. No? For those of you who took note, the rest of you must go learn it. It's a lot of marks in paper 1, people. Yes, the first paper that's coming up. So don't be caught with your pants down. Eh? What does that mean? Don't you guys do English? Why are you smiling? Am I saying anything wrong? Okay, ask your English teacher. No? What does it mean when they say do not be caught with your pants down? Yes. Okay. People, 6.2. Determine the value of A if y is equal to 4. Okay, this has nothing to do with this graph. Let's take this graph away. Determine the value of A if y equals 4x plus 2 is parallel. What did we say if lines are parallel? Gradients are equal. So what's the gradient of the first line? 4. What's the gradient of the second line? 8. So A is equal to 4. Can you believe it's so easy? No. I can't believe it. Not so, people. Lines are parallel, gradients are equal. Don't forget, no? When you walk down the corridor and you see the other grade 9 class, you ask him, what do we know if lines are parallel? They must tell you, the gradients are equal. No? Otherwise, if lines are parallel, what else do you know? We can use the fun angles, not so? Our favorites. Geometry. Yes. You can't listen. You can't do geometry all the time. So the other topics also for a chance. No? I know you just want to give you do geometry all day. Right, we are told if the graph of y equals 2x plus 6 passes through the point 3 and a and b and 2. Calculate the values of a and b. This would have been a good exam question. Why? Because if you're going to substitute 3a into y equals 2x plus. What does that mean? If I got a straight line and the straight line is actually going through 3 and 8. What does that mean? That means to say, if I put the input in the formula, I must get the output out. Can you see that? That's an x and a y. So what is your y value? Your y value is a. So a is equal to 2 times. What's your x value? 3 plus 6. And what is 2 times 3 plus 6? Can you see that? Let's go on the other side. Let's substitute b and 2. Substitute b and 2 into still y equals 2x plus 6. Can you see that? So b would lie, okay, actually at the bottom, but okay. There's a b and a 2. Alright.
Grade 11 to moderation.
No problem, thank you.
There were 2 books at 100%.
So was our paper too easy?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay, we'll get it back in the exam. Thank you. Right. People? B and 2 substitute into y is equal to 2x plus 6. It's an x and a y. Not so? You asked us matric papers. Your papers? No, grade 11. 2 grade 11's got full marks. You see how easy grade 11 maths is? To get full marks is easy. Pure math. What are you talking about? No, man. Right. So let's go here. X is what? Oh, y, sorry. Is 2 equals 2 times x, which is b, plus 6. What is 2 times b? Or not to be. No? You take it over. So it's 6, 2 minus 6. What's 2 minus 6? Negative 4. Divide by 2 both sides. So b is negative. Very important to understand how to do it. Okay? Next. Right, we'll wrap this up tomorrow. People enjoy the rest of your day? Listen for homework. Did I give you the paper 2 to do already? No. The first half of the paper is due for tomorrow. The November paper 2. The second half, the first half is due for tomorrow. People enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon, class.